So here we have just a paper template I cut out of a heart. This is a piece of wood I had around for a while. It's a piece of the burl, a cedar burl um, that we cut when I was over on Vancouver Island at F. Bob's house. This is just a scrap piece that I had, and I just said, well, I'll carve a heart out of it just because you can really see the beautiful grain in here. Here's another piece that I had, but this is kind of garbage. So I thought I'd want to look at the grain in here. I thought I'd want to show off the beautiful grain in this piece of wood. But I don't know. This isn't really my type of thing, carving these hearts. But I thought maybe this side, I like the way it kind of looks like it's fire going up there. So this side, I thought maybe I can burn it with this little torch here. And then, so it would be called Show Susie Band. Burn it, and then hit it with Scotch Brite on the Dremel wheel. I'll show you that after. So what I'm going to do is decide what side I want to burn. At this side, I like the way it does this. It's just, I think it kind of, no need to say what it does. It explains itself. This side's a little bit more funky, so I'll burn this side. This is just a little butane torch. I don't want this video to be very long. Oops, got to get some more butane in here. Okay, I got it going. So what side am I burning? I'm going to keep that side natural, and I'm going to burn this side. And just kind of burn halfway around the edge. I sanded it with, I don't know, up to, I think I sanded it to 200 grit or something. Something like this when you're trying to really show the grain for the very beginners. The higher number of sandpaper you're going to use, like the finer grit, the grain's really going to be able to pop out. And yeah. Like I said, this isn't something that I normally do, but this is just a piece I had around, and I wanted to show the grain. I don't anyways, so you can see I'm not really putting too deep of a burn in here. You don't have to burn it that deep. These little butane torches are great. This one is a benzomatic. It's just like a butane lighter. You fill it up. So, this is pieces maybe 1/2 inch thick, 3/4 inch thick. So if you burn it too much, you have a chance of the wood warping, I guess. So I don't want to burn it too much. They say to do the Show Susie Band, you got to burn it really deep and get like a alligator, a crocodile skin effect. But I'm not going to do that on this piece. This is basically good enough. All right, so that's burnt there. Now let me hook up the, make sure we got a nice burn around the edge. Let me hook up my little Scotch Brite wheel on my Dremel. So here's a Scotch Brite. This is, I buy these in the boxes. It's 3M. I think this stuff's almost the best. And I cut this up into little squares, and then I put it on a mandrel like this. Okay. And then I think I use like 5 sheets. Now, you don't have to run your, don't run your Dremel too fast or you'll fry your Dremel. Just turn it down nice and slow. Turn your dust collector on or put your dust mask on. Because this is the burl, and you can see how the grains are all different in there. See, the more that you use this on here, the Scotch Brite, the brighter you're going to get the lights and the darks to pop out. So take your time. Don't be in any rush when you're doing this. I'll just focus on this area here. Spin it around so you get all the way around the different nooks. So you can see how it got really brighter there where I hit it a lot. So I'll keep on doing this and get this to the brightest that I can get it. That's a good screenshot right there, actually. All right, so I think this is about best I'm going to get on this. I like how that one does that right down the middle of the heart. But you can see how the grain's all different and weird here and how it moves. So I did that on the one side, and I left this side clear because, well, I'm going to oil this side. But for this side, I'm going to put some red paint on there. It's this is just folk art. What is it? It's my color of the month. Engine red. Fire engine red. Oh boy. So I'm going to paint it on here quick. And then I'm going to wipe it off quick with a rag. It's just something that I do. It works better if you can get the colors brighter. The wider grain usually works better for the shou sugi band. So you don't have to paint it all on there. Normally I do this at my carving tent when there's I got spray paint and I got that Russ Olms clear coat stuff. And I'll use that at the same time. And the clear coat will help dilute the paint and I can wipe it off a lot easier and smudge it around. So let's see how this looks. So there. Now, the more that you wipe it off, the more that you're going to get the color back. What do I want to do around the edges? I could just leave it like that, but let's kind of just do a somewhat of a dry brush around the edge. And this is just killing time. This, well, there's another piece of bigger wood back here that I'm going to carve, and I wanted to see like what I have. I have no idea what I want to carve on it yet. So that's why I'm doing this, to see what this wood does, and it kind of helps open up your mind of what you want to do on the bigger piece. So this would be like I guess you could call it a prototype or whatever. So let's get this all wiped off here. Okay. So look at that grain in there. It's crazy. See how it does this here, then branches off here. This is what cedar burl wood does anyways. So I'm going to keep wiping it, and then I'll be back. The more that you wipe it, the more you're going to get those bright colors, the whites and the darks to separate. You could even go over it again with your Scotch Brite thing to really clean it up. Kind of get rid of those straight edges on the side here. Anyways. All right, so here's what we got. I got a little screw hanger thing. It pisses me off because just yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I just got a little bag from Timo of these silver things that screw in that look a lot nicer than this one. But I've spent 2 hours looking for them. I just can't seem to find them, so I don't. Who knows? But anyways, this is what we got. So look at that, all that grain, all the bumps. That's because it's the burl, right? It's all weird. And here's this other side. Now I said to myself, because I put this thing in here so it can kind of hang. So some lady can hang it off her tree or whatever. But it's not in the center, so it kind of hangs like a fuck man. I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. I said, should I use oil or should I use the CA glue? So I said, well, I'll use the CA glue. Lots of wood turners use this stuff for their wood turning projects, and I don't have that much of it in this. This is the thin, CA thin, and I put a hanging thing that unscrewed in there, so whatever lady gets this can hang it on a tree outside or whatever. So, anyways, I got to kind of concentrate putting this glue on because I don't have that much left in this container, and I don't want to get it all over my hands. I should be wearing those rubber gloves, but I'm not. To look for, so I went, fuck. So I put some oil on this other piece. The oil, you have to coat it like 5 times before it actually gets shiny. So that's that. And here's this. You know, why I chose to do a heart out of this piece, because, well, it's just wide open and it's easy to show the grain, right? It's just like a flat piece. So there's the red and the black and stuff like that. I love those colors in there. And then if you look at this side's shiny. That's just with one coat of that super glue. If you spin over here, this side's not as shiny because, well, it needs a few coats of the super glue. What's that? Do I have some sawdust on there? Anyways, you need a few coats of the super glue to make it shiny because it will absorb in the wood too. So that's that. And another thing too, when I went downstairs to find this fishing line, looking at first drawer I looked in were those things that I got off Timo. Anyways, this video is not about this heart. This video is about this piece. Here's the big piece. So this heart is an offcut of this big piece here. Now, I thought this, I already showed the beautiful grain of the wood with this one, the heart. This one, I'm not really too concerned about showing the grain, but I would like to kind of show the grain. So I'm thinking about maybe some trees down here with one of my eagle heads in the background, and then you can see the grain on the outside of the eagle. I don't know. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on it, what I should do on it, because I am going to carve it. You know, I could even stand it up like this and carve a crazy negative space wood spirit with friggin' skulls all around it or whatever you want to carve around it. I would love to hear you guys' ideas. Some lucky lady's going to get this. Who knows? Maybe it will make me lucky.